as I said, the answer lies in the question. When they are resisting, only one thing can make you out of the resistance, and that is empathizing with them. This will enrich the understanding level. This will further build the confidence that someone is trying to understand me. And when this bond is built and this practice is done, you have to adapt with the situation. Very, very important. Situation is against you. Think people are resistant. People are not listening to you. Then what we will do? Okay. After all, they are human beings, and we need to adapt. I miss to yeah. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If your adaptability and your strong ethical values and inclusivity is there, whatever is the resistance, I am 100% sure it will turn into your favor, because you will be evolving by adapting the societal, because every human being has their own needs, and they have to inculcate the organizational needs as well. No employee can ignore the organizational needs. The resistance may be coming because of some issue, because of clarity, because of communication, because of supervision, because of some understanding. That can be overcome. And I'm sure the day you start empathizing with the strong ethical values, the other person will understand that it is the need of the organization. It is not my need. I am not asking you to do my work. You are doing your work for the organization. Your need and the organization need has to be concerned. I remember one very best style. Management by exception is a style in business which focuses on identifying and handling the cases. Whenever there is a resistance, if we focus by management by exception, a good management can contribute to the efficiency of the business process. Focusing on identifying and handling cases that deviate from the norms is recommended to be the best practice by the management. Management by exception has both in a general business application and in the business intelligence application also. In general business, exceptions are the cases deviate from the standard norms behavior. Because if there is a change in the behavior or in the business process, that need to be cared, utmost cared, in a very unified and unique manner. Their cause might be including the process deviation, the cause might be the infrastructure, the cause might be the connectivity issue, the communication issue, the deviation into the external, poor quality of business rules. So management by exception here is the practice of investigating and resolving, at the same time handling such occurrences by using the skilled staff and software tools as well. Management by exception gives employees the responsibility to make the decision. For example, I tell you, in my setting, I have been in business and sales and marketing. Suppose if all products are selling at their expected volumes for a particular year, or a half quarter, or 1 quarter, or a stipulated time, except one product, a particular product or a new product which has been launched underperforming, or someone is overperforming statistically, only the data for that product can be presented to the manager for the further investigation and discovering the root cause by management by exception. So our distinguished member who was talking about that the resistance is coming. So how can empathy will work? Empathy will work, but sometimes you also have to use some sort of management by exception so that you try to find out what is the root cause. And once the root cause is find out, definitely that resistance will be gone. Because the person also might be suffering from to understand that root cause. And if you are helping them to understand in the root cause for the business or for the performance, so the business errors, if you have oversighted, that can come. Ineffective strategies which has been in the place need to be improved. If the competition is changing, whether we are changing or not, what are the business opportunities? So management by exception is intended to reduce the managerial load as well and enable the manager to spend more time more effectively in the area where it will have a more impact. And I remember from the Frederick Taylor discussion in the shop management, a paper which was published before the American Society of Mechanical Engineering. So exception by management also has an IT application as well. So this is one of the reasons. So the future leader in the critical perspective should understand and practice with the strong ethics, adaptability, and inclusivity. Now, challenging the leader-centric view in many leadership theory place too much emphasis on the individual leader and neglecting the role of followers, the context, the systematic factors. So what is the alternative? Leader is leader as a distributed or relational or collective process rather than the solely top-down phenomena. Now, leadership as a tool of power and control. Let us discuss on this. There is a critic that leadership discourse can serve to legitimizing the existing power structures and controlling the mechanism, often disguised as a progress or efficiency. But how it works? Creating a narrative that just managerial authority? Will it work like that? Or encouraging the conformity and discouraging the dissent, defining the success? For example, a CEO is implementing the cost-cutting measures for the good of the company. But if you see from the critical lens, examining how these measures might disappropriately impact the lower level employees, there may be a layoff while executive compensation remains high, reinforcing on the economic inequality under the guise of the leadership. So, when effective leadership process, according to the Hersey Blanchard, is a function of leader, followers, and the situation. Leader, you may be a leader at your individual level, at a group level. You are a leader of a one person. You are a leader of a group of people. You are a leader at the organizational level. Your job becomes different, and that needs to be understood very clearly. At the individual level will involve you need to mentor, coach, inspire, and motivate. The resistance will come down. When you mentor, when you coach, give guidance, when you inspire and motivate, the resistance will come down. When you are in the group as a leader, you talk about the team building, cohesiveness in the team, and conflict has to be resolved with utmost care. And when you are the CEO of the organization or you are the MD of the organization, you have to build a culture. And that is a deep rooted, it's like an iceberg. Culture is an iceberg. It is only seen a very small part at the top of the sea, but it is deep rooted. So you have to build a culture into the into your people, and then there will be a change. They will create a change. Leadership and identity construction. Leadership role often involve the performance of a specific identities which reinforce the societal norms. And this can exclude diverse form of leadership. Any questions around this?
No, sir.
Shall we move forward?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
Yes,
sir,
sir.
sir,
Please.
sometimes,
Sir, please.
yeah, sometimes he will have to take some decision. Maybe it is favorable to a particular group of employees, okay, and the
Okay.
other people do not accept it. So the leader often will have to face such situations, right? And
You are true. You are correct. It happens. It happens.
and also if he has to bring about some changes in the maybe in the methods, no, always there will be a kind of resistance from the employees.
There will
Yes.
be, ma'am. There will be, ma'am. Human by nature wanted that we should have some sort of fancy, some sort of easiness, easygoing. Here the leader roles come, ma'am. As an individual level, I told you, as an individual level, you have to mentor, coach, inspire, and motivate. There is no other way. If you start every time coercive style, the culture will be very bad. That's why I am talking about the senior leadership always looks into it that there should be a harmony among the team. Differences will be always there, but that can be solved. That can be solved through what is there for me. If as a leader, I am able to explain my colleague or team member what is there for you in this, definitely he is a human being. He will understand. We can reduce the level of resistance, but resistance will be always there, ma'am. And that's why we leaders are there to solve the resistance. And that's why the CEO or the MD or the managers are being highly paid for their contribution towards making the cohesiveness among the team. Most
Sometimes
of
sometimes what happens is the leader can empathize with the employees, but the
yeah.
employees are not able to do that, right? They should also understand, right?
You are
The
correct. You are
leader.
correct. I agree with you. I agree with you, ma'am. It happens. I have also seen there will be a very handful of employees who will be resistance at this level, and that is what I am saying. Here comes the role of your boss. Here comes the role of the organizational head. How to build a culture and create a change. It will happen always because the junior managers faces a lot because they are in the direct touch with the lower level employee where their understanding is something different, and the impact is perpetuates the stereotype and limits the opportunity for an individual who do not fit the ideal leader mode. So it is important what you are saying. At this point of time, ma'am, we have only two things. I told you, no, ma'am. We need to take him to the task. If really those type of employees that much of reluctant and that much of resistant, take them on the task. For example, I gave you one example. Take out the sheet of that. I gave in the context of the business. You can give in the context of your own related field. Involve them. Involvement is important. See, resistant employee never involves themselves. So involve them. Uh, Talk to them whether he is having some issue at home. whether he's personally having some problem and that's why he's not able to perform professionally. That is very important. And we as a colleague seldom ask to the people who are resistant. You know, ma'am, I remember one very good example of my tenure. Two employees were highly unionized and they were very much reluctant. Whenever I go to field work, most of the time they used to take the leaves. Then I said, what is this? Is it spoiling the day? Once I got a talk in the meeting and I discussed with them. Okay, gentlemen, tell me what is your problem. Actually, the problem is we are unable to understand others' problem because we have many problems, man. We have to perform, we have to do 100%. We have 10 team members, 10 members are there. We have to improve everybody. Accountability lies on us. Resistance will be always there, man. But there is only one way to solve. We need to coach them. We need to build them and show them increase their capabilities. We need to inspire. We have to become a role model. We cannot talk our employee like as a slave. This is very much happening in modern organization. Even in the institution, it has started. Now, leadership and resistance, I will tell you. There is a critic on this, that the critical perspective acknowledge that the followers are not passive recipients of leader and they can resist, reinterpret and challenge the leader. Now, what is the focus area? Exploring every day. We explore every day the forms of resistance, how the followers shape and the leaders process. So, employees following the directives from the management and examining how employees might engage in a subtle form of resistance. Quitting, strategic non-compliance. So you have to find out that your team member is having some issue, personal issue, professional issue, or some skill he doesn't have. Maybe you are telling to your member, your team member, you have to perform every quarter 2 research paper, one in Scopus, one in UGC. He is unable to do because of maybe some reason. Because of some skill he is needed to do fast research, maybe one. Because of much overload may be there. Because of much task is there. Why compliance is not happening? So if you remember, if there is a non-compliance, focus on legitimate power and reward power. If you focus on this, the compliance will be more. Like I gave you one example. Okay, friend, this publishing a paper is very, very important for you because your performance management appraisal will be done and your yearly hike will be there and you will receive some incentive as well. So what is stopping you to publish? Can I help you? And this is the reward if you do that. Another is legitimate power. If you don't do it, you are not given any grade. You are partially achieved and you don't. Now then he will understand, oh my God, my boss has got this legitimate power. If I don't do this work, I will be under non-performer and I may not have an increment. So if you want, man, to have a compliance 100%, use this reward power and legitimate power. Have I answered your question, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, moving towards the more responsible leadership. See, leadership is a very, very complex social constructed phenomena. Very, very constructed phenomena. It is intertwined with power, ideology, and identity. So, we must be critical of being heroic. We should understand the narratives. We should examine the underlying assumptions. If we examine the underlying assumptions, and consider who is going to benefit from this specific leadership practices and who is being marginalized. This will move forward, encouraging more and more inclusivity, more and more ethical context awareness approach to understand and practicing the leadership. So I hope till now we have covered about that what are the different types of leadership, in which and what is the need of the hour, and also we have taken some questions related to the resistance. We also covered by management by exception, which you can have a root cause analysis. Root cause analysis is very, very important. And this every manager, every leader should do this. What is the root cause analysis? In this context, I remember one very good style, that is adaptive leadership theory. See, in adaptive leadership theory, reality, gap, and aspirations. What is the reality? To achieve that aspirations, what is the gap? The adaptive leadership theory will explain. For example, if the employees at the tax accounting company are frustrated about newly adopted tax software program, the manager at the firm could assess the software issues, identify the weaknesses and the problem with the software, and contact the company that has provided the software and have a program modification with the accountants that need to have a tax firm. So in this example, the problem is identifiable. For example, in your university, a new software has been adopted in which, starting from admission till the day the students are graduated, every data has to be clubbed. Now, this is a very, very tedious task. And most of the task will be done by the faculty itself. Now, the faculty will be frustrated. This newly adopted software is breaking our head. How to achieve it? Here we need to understand the situational challenges. This adaptive leadership style will have three stages: situational challenges, leader behaviors, and adaptive work. Very, very important. So in this situation, you need to understand technical challenges, technical and adaptive challenges, and then adaptive challenges. Leadership behavior, how leadership should behave. This is very, very critical in this. Now, leadership should get on the balcony and identify the adaptive challenges. Separate from that group and see why this group is not performing, what is the gap they are facing. Only observe from far from that place, so that he will understand. So the process of adaptive leadership works like, first the leader takes the time to step back. So you have to step back from the challenging situation and then start understanding the complexity of the situation, obtain full picture. The interpersonal dynamics occurring among the participant is more important. This is the first picture. What is the interpersonal dynamic occurring among the participants? Second is, in any situation or in any context where people are experiencing change, the leader first makes an assessment to determine if the change creates challenges that are technical or adaptive in nature. If the challenges are adaptive, the leader engages in several specific leadership behavior. So adaptive leadership incorporates many of these behaviors, important at the beginning of the process and the others, and regulating the distress, creating and holding the environment, providing the direction, keeping the people focused on important issues. So here you need to empower. New software has come. Many of the employees not very much frequent. They were using XYZ software, very comfortable, last 10 years, 5 years using. Now ABC software has come. It is creating a lot of challenges. So you need to empower people, give the voice to those who feel unrecognized or marginalized. Overall, it is safe to say that the adaptive leadership works before leaders are willing to engage in all these behaviors with the intention of helping the followers do adapt work, do the adaptive work. So you need to make your people to adapt. First, leader must adapt. Then he should evolve as a societal and organization needs has to be conveyed. And then you need to enrich in understanding the practices, what is important for the organization. So we spoke about how we should have an adaptive. In this one, servant leadership is a leadership. Example of Martin Luther, I have given Abraham Lincoln, a servant, Mother Teresa. But in the organization, seldom work. It works. I remember one of the very great CEO of AT&T company from United States, in a communication company. After retiring, he started exploring that how institutions are functioning and how they could better serve the society. He started doing this, and he was intrigued by the issues of the power and authority, how individuals in the organization could creatively support each other. And in this context, I remind you the Spears 2002 identified 10 characteristics in the Greenleaf's writing. Robert K. Greenleaf was the founder of this servant leadership, writing that they are the central to the development of the central leadership together, and they focused on the 10 identities. Again, I will come back that more of the leaders have got this activity like listening, empathizing, awareness, persuasion, conceptualizing. Again, empathy and listening comes at the first. I give a very classical example. Remember, sir, one thing, if there is a resistance and the people have stopped coming to you, you should have an alarm that people doesn't find solution in me. The more people come to you, it means they understand I can get more solution from this particular leader. So how people will come to you? You have to first listen and empathize with them. They will understand that this is the leader who has a solution. And I have a very great example from my MD. He used to talk, Abid, if your people are coming to you regularly, it means you are going in the right direction. And the day they stop coming to you, you should understand there is an alarm. People doesn't find solution in you. So what you have to do, you have to think. So making them aware, awareness, empathizing, listening, conceptualizing. Conceptualizing refers to an individual's ability to be visionary for an organization, providing a clear sense of its goals and directions. So show a big picture, conceptualize a big picture. Servant leader respond to a very, very complex organization problem in a very, very creative way, need to enable and deal with the intricacies of the organization in relation to its long-term goal. As I have already spoken about the empathy, standing in the shoes of others. So empathetic servant leader demonstrate that they truly understand what followers are thinking and feeling. So when a servant leader shows empathy, it is the confirming, the validating for the followers, and it makes followers feel unique. So you have to make your followers, your team member unique. You are the unique one. So personal well-being of the followers. So when you empathize, now this support followers by helping them, overcoming them the personal problems. Greenleaf argues here that the process of healing is two-way. It's a two-way street. In helping followers become as a whole, and the servant leaders themselves are healed. It means when you help others, you feel very happy. You feel very healed that I am able to solve my colleague problem. And this can be only done through empathizing. And their resistance will be diminished. Resistance will come down. So listening, empathizing, awareness, persuasiveness, persuading or conceptualizing, these all will help in understanding the resistance level. What my earlier colleague also talked about, and the ma'am was also talking about. Go by management by exception. Deal those people separately. It doesn't mean that you have to empathize with everyone who is not responding. You deal separately. You should have a foresight. You should smell that who is what. But at the end, you have to take the business from them. At the end, you have to take the performance, because your team member performance is your accountability. Your team member is your fit line. So when your team member is your fit line, your entire assessment will be done. How well your each member has performed, then it is your fit line. You have to be a stewardshipness. Yes, sir. Any question?
Yes, I have a question.
Please.
So sometimes the resistance is the towards the work assigned, not the leader.
Okay, fine, good.
So
It
that
will.
time, how to do that, sir?
As I have explained in the beginning, that if there is a issue related to the work, then you should take the people on task. Don't talk about anything else except the task. Go to the root cause analysis. Why you have not done this? It is expected out of you to do it. So have you gone through what is the root cause? If he has not gone through, it means he needs some guidance. Then you guide, and then you give them the timeline. Sometime, ma'am, we have to become like a stewardshipness. We have to take the responsibility. See, I told you, our team members are like our fate line. And it is more in the business and sales also. It is in the institutions as well. Because we have not taken commitment from them. So go by management by exceptions. Go towards the root cause analysis. He will understand. Now my boss is putting me onto a hard task. So you analyze whether he is capable or not, whether he needs some training, whether he needs some sort of empathizing or training, whether he needs some type of root cause analysis or screwing. You analyze and take the appropriate action. You have to take, as a leader, sometimes you have to take the tough decision, but it will help your team member. I hope I answered your question, ma'am. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Are you connected?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Fine, good. As I spoke, effective leadership process is this process. We need to practice this process. That's very, very effective. I have seen my MD and CEO never used to interfere into my team member work. He used to only build the culture and create the change. He will not talk directly your work. You have to individually involve your team members in mentoring, coaching, and inspiring, motivating them as a group, team building them. And then you have to focus on. At this moment, I mainly focus on, as I told in the beginning, that not one leadership theory fits well in all situations. You have to be different with the different people. But remember one thing, the authentic and the transformational leaders are very less today, who really focus on 4I. I make it as a 4I. You understood? No, there are 4I. If you remember, I have given that idealized influence, 1I, inspirational motivation, another I, intellectual stimulation, third I, and the fourth I is individual consideration. So as a manager, you should have 4I. And if you have a 4 eyes, definitely you have a 4I, and then your team members can be effectively recognizing your efforts. Okay. Am I connecting?
So sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, please.
What sort of leadership you suggest for people who are in academics, especially like us, like who have a chance to become or leaders for different roles? Like what sort of leadership you suggest? Because we have seen, as I think previous questions also were related to it, there is always a resistance or people don't work. So what sort of leadership you suggest and what you have experienced in your career?
I think a leader should be very, very authentic. Authentic leadership style. There are two important things in authentic leadership style. One is the psychological, positive psychological capabilities and moral reasoning. This both will come through critical life events. And when we talk about psychological capabilities, 4-5 things work very effectively. One is hope. Never lose the hope, the confidence, the optimism, and the resilience, which I have practiced. Because with the help of the critical life events, you will be able to understand, you will be self-aware, you will have some internalized, moralized perspective, you will have a balanced processing approach, because in our organization, everybody is highly educated. All are PhDs. They have crossed situation, but because of some reason, they have become resistant or they have stopped the growth path. Okay, this is one of the reasons. So George, who founded this authentic leadership style, he says, you should have a genuine desire to work for a purpose. 5 basic characteristics: a purpose, strong values. See, if you will be having a strong values, even a corrupt person will fear from you. This person is having a strong value. He do the right things. Trusting relationship you have to build, because these are highly educated people. You cannot simply dominate them. We should not dominate. This type of leadership is like a laissez-faire leadership. They are very much, just give them the task and tell them, when you feel problem, I'll come to you. Otherwise, because they are genius people, experienced people, demonstrate self-discipline and the values. Passionate about the mission. That is very, very important. See, when the leader always talk about this is the mission, this is the mission, this is the vision, we have to achieve this, this will give you a very strong. And I am not, this has been proved by the research. The study done by George 2003. And he is also explaining about the Nobel laureate example, that there should be a purposeful, value, relational understanding, self-discipline, and compassionate. We have to be compassionate with our team members. Sometimes we become very rude. We think I am the dean, I am the provisor, or I am the HOD. Whatever I dictate, they will do. No, we should respect. Sometimes we stop respecting. So authentic leadership will have this type of style, and the conceptualizing the lifelong learning process, that is more important. And the author has argued also that the authentic leadership is a process that can be developed over time. It will not come at a glance. It takes time. So for building an organization also takes a time. I hope, sir, I answered your question. To
Yes, yes.
support this, one more research I found, C, Hannah and Robert. In 2014, this research was done and investigated the impact of the authentic leadership on followers' morality, which was based on the response of the 118 MBA students. And they found that the authentic leadership has got a very significant, and it inhibit the follower from making unethical choices. This is one study which talks about that. I hope I answer your question, sir. Any further concern?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So with this, we are at the verge of completion. I need more questions. If you have questions, I have taken, but if you have any more question related to any servant leadership or any transformational leadership or any, my focus will be more on the transformational type and authentic leadership, because we lack today authentic leadership. The entire world scandal is because of this authentic leadership. The Enron scandal, the Watergate scandal, the Bearing Bank scandal, whatever scandal has happened. You take this, our Satyam scandal, Yes Bank scandal. This is only because we are not authentic. We do not transform people. We want only followers. Now days are gone. The leader have followers. Leader only influence. Leader develop leaders, not the managers. Managers, they will manage the work for the some time, and then later some issue will happen, then the leader has to take care of. With this, in essence of adopting a critical perspective is about being an active and engaged thinker rather than a passive recipient of information. We have many information. We have to question it, question the information, analyze the information, judge the information, understand the subject matter. This is very important. Leadership always challenge the situation, whether it is good or bad. My boss used to say, Abid, you have done 110% in this. Now what you have done, others have not done. How it is 110%? He is not asking about which with the product which I have not done well, not well. He's not asking that. He knows why it has not done. But how you did 110%, you tell others. Because success is very contagious. So we need to adapt. We should be compassionate and always believe on collaboration. See, it's not that I am only, you are only learning. I am also learning from you. You are also asking so many questions, which is giving me an insight to understand the things better. So it is a collaborative approach. Courage, as I told you, the courage. That courage, in Bhopal, I gave you one example, no? Anderson. There was a more than 11,000 people who were injured and damaged, and more than 3,800 people died. Even then, he took a courage to fly from US and come to India. He was knowing that he will be caught. This courage you should have. If something has gone wrong, tell it has gone wrong. Let us do it. That courage today we don't have. We try to pacify it. We try to put on others' shoulder. No, my job I have done. It is their job. No, he is your team, but it's the responsibility of yours. Empathizing, flexibility, integrity, and resilience. I think with this, I have covered. I will love if I have more number of questions on this. These are the references which I have gone through. Any questions, sir? Another 10 minutes, we'll have more questions.
Hello, sir.
Or if you want to have some more discussion on this, I can further talk, no issue.
Uh, Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, please.
This is Deepak Brood from Belgaum, sir, Karnataka.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Please, sir.
There is one unit in Belgaum, sir, called
Yes.
as Polyhedron Mache,
Yeah.
and there is as such there is no leadership, sir. Everyone is equal.
Okay, fine.
Even if the top senior persons comes, even employee come, they should stand in a queue and take a tea and they should work on this, sir. So they named as a business ashram, sir. When
Okay.
Google it, you will understand, sir.
Yeah.
And the employees are more happy, sir, because there is no as such bossism and as such no leadership pressure over there, sir.
Very good.
So do you feel, sir, this is exceptional to the leadership style?
No, sir. There are many examples. It is good that everybody is a leader there now. I understand like this. Everybody is a leader. They are transforming each other. There is a reciprocal, what you say, respect to each other, and they are enhancing each other work. This is very good and ideal situation if it is such. But we need to, again, I told you, no, the status quo, we challenge it. How it is, what is the essence? It is a matter of research and study that this is an organization where nobody is guiding, everybody is self-guided. What is that working? You need to understand. And I am sure, 100% sure, that everybody has got that authenticity and adaptability in them. I'm sure. And this is one of the newest leadership research, authentic leadership, which is focusing on whether leader is genuine or real. And if such is the case, it means everybody has got a very moral reasoning between them. All of them are very, very confident, optimistic, and resilient. So find out, do a research, prepare a questionnaire and ask them, sir, what is that making you so good environment that everybody is performing and nobody is leading? This is a very unique situation. So it is a matter of research, and I am 100% sure that each of them are listening to each other. Each of them must be persuading to each other. They are aware about the awareness level is very, very high awareness level. Their conceptualization is very strong. Their commitment towards the people is very high. Okay. They want to build a community. That community they have built. We should learn from them. If really this is such a nice situation, do the research, find out of these 8, 9, 10 items, which the adaptive leadership, Robert Greene has given, and the servant leadership by the Green Leaf he has mentioned, is something new will come out. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Even I saw, sir, there.
Yeah.
Nobody there to tell others, sir, what to do. Everybody is busy in their own work, sir.
Very good. Very good.
As a result, they have received many awards from the government also, sir. And they are top leading units, sir.
See, they are collaborating with each other and they are compassionate to each other. How good they are doing, how well they are doing. We should give these examples to your talk, to your students,
Yes.
to your team members, and also do a research, a small people, no, give some questionnaire and ask about the cultural aspect. All similar type culture people are working, or different culture people are working. What is the reason for harmonized arrangement, and how they are informed to each other, how much they are motivating to each other. Okay, understood, no?
Yes.
How they are having the individualized consideration, helping each other. I remember one study on 220 employees at a large public transport company in Germany. They found that the transformational leadership augmented the impact of a transactional leadership. Now find out this also, whether the compensation is helping them or there is no policing. They all are the self-police. And the performance and the company profit is increasing. In addition, also, they found that the transformational leadership and the charismatic leadership were overlapping, but in the unique construct. Another research in 2007 by the Keller, he also examined 447 employees. You type Keller 2007, Nimanish and Keller 2007, 447 employees from a large multinational company who were going through a merger and being integrated into a new organization. They found that the transformational type of leadership behavior in these 4I, such as intellectual stimulation, were positively related to the acquisition acceptance. Means they are finding out a problem. Everybody is busy in finding out the problem, and they are stimulating their intellect to understand and solve the problem. Another study done by the 42 employees in 2011 examined the relationship between transformation leadership and the work engagement. And they found that this works excellently. And I hope whoever is working there, they are very much adaptive. They are very compassionate to each other, collaborating with each other, and doing the performance. Any questions, sir? I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. The more question, more clarity, more understanding. Today, one leadership style never works. If there are 10 different team members, they all are not same. You have to be very, very smart enough to smell. Your smelling capacity should increase. And this will only come when really you are genuine, with a high ethical moral, with a high psychological perspectives. Means positive psychological perspectives, I mean to say that. Hope, confidence, okay. Definitely your team member, it will inculcate into your team member also. Yes, sir, please. Any question? I have done with my presentation, and whatever I have learned and I have practiced, I have been able to transform it. I hope many of you will like, many of you will have some sort of no issue. All are welcome. And if you have any better suggestions, you can also suggest to your team members. Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, please.
Myself, Pradeep R. Bandari.
Yes, please.
Sir, I have one issue to discuss with you.
Sure.
There are some theorems that management leadership theorems, which were developed during 1980s in America when the industrial revolution took place in Germany.
Yes.
These Mercedes, Volvo, Sweden-based companies came up, raised up. That theorems also still some in some universities and in some colleges, even in the top private colleges, still that theorems are made forced to learn by the students. Why this set of old theorems can be replaced with the new theorems which were developed after 1960s?
Okay.
What is the issue, sir? Why they are not changing? Still, some private universities, while designing their curriculum, definitely they are including. These old theorems definitely can't be hold good. But still they are forced to learn that theorems. What is your opinion, sir, on this?
See, I do not know that we have to read the mission and vision of that organization. Number one, what is their mission and vision? Why they are doing this? See, if that theorem is really working or they are getting the success, can you tell me brief about that theorem? Because in 1980, what I understand, I have mentioned here during the 80s, this transformation theorem, transformation Burns' work was credited for initiating and movement, defining the leadership as a transformation process. Could you please explain what that theory talks
is
about?
really good, sir, because I referred this for my PhD thesis. That's
Yes.
actually good. That's what I'm telling. The theorems which were developed after 1960s and 70s.
Can you name
that
that?
should be
Can you name that theorem so that I can also go through that? What is the name of that theorem?
Some
What is it?
theorems that Henry Poyal's theory,
Okay.
still that will be made. Actually, that is motivation theory.
Okay.
I'm talking in general, not particular about leadership only.
Okay.
So I'm just
Okay.
seeking your opinion.
If they are getting success with a particular type of a theorem or particular type of a practice, see what happens. Today, still people are there who believe in controlling.
Yes.
And
Yes, sir.
he has not said anything about that. So people are there who believe in controlling. People are there in doing micromanagement. People are there, no. Unnecessary coercing the people. They think that if I do this, they will work hard. Are people doing or not? They are doing.
Yes, sir.
They want to dominate. They want that what leader is telling, do it. Okay. They want more loyalty.
Get the things
So,
done. That's it.
yeah. By
Yes.
all means,
Yes,
whether
sir.
you like it or not like it.
Yes, yes, sir.
See, it is a kind of a leadership and coercion. They are two. You will find a lots of research on this leadership and coercion. Oh, they want more obedient people. They don't want leaders. They will never build leaders. I'm sure they will never build leaders. You need to empower them. If theorem, I don't know what is that theorem about and what is the crux of that theorem. If you could send me that theorem, I would also look into this and will understand some new aspect of that. Okay.
Yes.